Hello, and thank you for joining me. We are nearing the end of this, what I consider to be an epic journey. A few months ago, I took on the task of figuring out all of the Mother Love Bone songs. Now, you may ask, why would you bother doing that? But I think if you're here, you know why I would bother doing that. There's a few reasons. One, I wanted to get to know, so to speak, the pre-Pearl Jam proclivities, the P-cubes of ones, twos, Stone Gossard and Jeff Ament. Also, of course, to honor Andy Wood's memory and just the impact that that group's existence has had on, I think I speak for both me and you when I say our life. So thank you for joining me. Today we are on to Captain Hightop. Only a few left. This is exciting, and if I do say so myself, you have impeccable taste in music. The intro is pretty fun. You get to count to 16 while playing a B power chord. 7th fret of the E string. You might want to play the B major chord. Maybe not the whole bar. That's too much information, but sometimes you do hear that major third in there, so you pick. But anyways, we're going to strum once, and we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. I got to hit my gain. 4, 2, 3. And then in the last little bit of that fourth measure, you're going to hit a D chord. I'd recommend an A shape on the 7th fret. That's a D chord, just not the whole bar chord, and I think that's what it is. So I'm going to strum twice so my sound keeps going. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. You do that twice if you're the rhythm guitarist in your Mother Love Bone tribute band. And all the while, during the intro, the lead guitar is slamming away on the B minor pentatonic, plus the B minor scale a little bit. B minor pentatonic, position 1, do whatever position you love, but position 1 is 7-10, 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, 7-10, 7-10. Do your thing in B minor pentatonic. We also hear two of the notes from the natural minor scale in there. The whole B minor scale is 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 6, 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7. So you can add those notes in there to suit your druthers. For the verse, you're going to start with your B power chord. We only get 2 measures this time, and it's kind of broken up by this really cool move. B, and then just the B note on the E string 7th fret, and then you hit your B power chord again and give it a B double E Y double O M. Boom. So, B, 2, 3, just the note. Now D, you can do the power chord or the A shape. Up to you. I don't know which one is right. Up to E. I think it's the power chord. And then at the end of the E, you hear G, B9. Like that. And then you play 2 more measures of B, including the dunka-da-boom. Boom. That's your verse. You may have noticed the really, really fast guitar fill in between verse 1.A and verse 1.2. It's this. It's going to be just quite a bit faster. Here's what it is, and then you can practice it. It's D. We're in, again, B minor, pentatonic, position 1. So D, 9 to 7. A, 9, 8, 7. Down to 5. Then 7, 5. 5 once more. To E, 7, 5, 7. Really cool. I wanted to add that one to my bag. And then we run into the kind of the signature riff that's not really a fill. It's an in-betweeny riff. Start on the E string 5th fret, hammer up to 7, up to A5, and back to E7. That's kind of the base of it. Twice. The third time you stop on the A5, and the last time is longer. It's going to be all the way back down to 7, then E5, E7. Slow. And it happens in 2 octaves, so you can do that exact same shape, we'll call it, we just discussed, but 2 strings higher and 2 frets higher and 2 strings musically higher towards the floor. Same exact thing. You can do it in either octave you want. Those 2 octaves are happening in unison. After said in-betweeny riff, we come across some A shapes moving around. It's going to be E on the 9th fret, and on this E we hear some fanciness. It's the G string going up 2 frets. Down to D, 2 frets lower, and on this D we have 1 guitar playing D, and 1 guitar playing this curious little lick. It's going to be G7, B5, G5. So... That's the first half of that situation. The second half proceeds with E, G on the 12th fret, but now I'm going to do the B string 1 fret higher. That's a sus4. Back down to E twice. Then all the B action. And that takes care of that. That's so fun. And that'll all get you through to the 2-minute mark. Once we hear that signature in-betweeny riff 4 times, there's a little timing change in there I think you'll pick up on. But one thing I've noticed, speaking of proclivities, pre-Pearl Jam proclivities, was an inordinate use of Jimi Hendrix chords. Now, we know that starting on the A string as, let's say we're doing C sharp 7 sharp 9, which is the chord we're talking about. It would be A4, D3, G4, B5, aka the Jimi Hendrix chord. But if you start on the E string, it's a different shape, and we're going to have a key change into the solo section here. I'm spending over a minute now talking about 2 seconds of music, but here it is. We're going to start on B flat 7 sharp 9, which is going to be E 6 A5 D6 G6. That's the Jimi Hendrix chord with the root note on the E string, and we're going B flat B C. I'm going to mix sharps and flats. C sharp, really fast, at the 2-minute mark into the solo. And that's where we're going to kind of live for a little while. One more time with all that prelude. All right, the solo starts on that C sharp 7 sharp 9 chord up on I like to do it on the E string because we're going to E as an A shape, so you get to stay in the same spot rather than go from here to there. So I'm gonna bet my $2 that it's here. So C sharp 7 sharp 9 and E twice, and also like that, because it's Stone Gossard doing that. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the chords B and D twice. Forgot. And then during that rising lead guitar action, it's going to be our C sharp 7 sharp 9 down to normal ass G. Now this made me realize how similar that shape is, to the G shape, and that allowed me to land this shape much easier. So I hope that helps. It's going to be C sharp, well, you can see where my hand is, like this. C sharp, 7 sharp 9, and G. Another proclivity I'm noticing here with these Mother Love Bone songs is how many pieces there are. This is a 3-minute song, and I'm sure I'm over 8 minutes now of talking about it. I'm trying to talk as fast as I can, all right? We're into the outro, so it's going to be a B power chord, D, E, with messing around on the E like normal, and then down to D, and then our B action. I don't know if the B was that long. Use your ears. And then, oh my goodness, we've made it to the very last thing. Let's relish this moment for a little bit. This is going to be A shapes moving around. We're going to need E on 9. We're going to have G on 12, D on 7, and B on 4 even. And here comes the order. Now, for any of these, you can do any of the following. Let's take E, for example. You can do the B string 1 fret higher. That makes it a sus4. You can add to that the G string. You can do just the G string. 2 frets higher, or you can do both those things. I hear that once in a while. Or what I do here sometimes is add the finger to the E string 1 fret higher. That makes it a 7 chord. So doesn't matter. You pick which one you want to do. Here is the order. E, G, E, down to D, all the way down to B, up to E, G, and E. And then you do the, I think you do the, and then the song's done.